What's up? Today is a very special episode because I have movement now. I don't have a stupid fucking cable here. So I have one of these days we're gonna just for the viewers to understand. One of these days we're gonna start doing a McAfee style and just I'm gonna stand the whole time, just intimidating. I'm gonna get like a podium. I'm just gonna sit here, just all intimidating. Like it's gonna be cool. It's my plans for
No,
the
we're not
future.
doing. We're not doing that, bro.
We are
We're not doing
definitely
that.
doing that. We are
We're
definitely
not,
doing
bro.
that.
Oh,
It's
we
the
are
only
not, bro.
way I'm not gonna be able to like. That's the only way I'm gonna be able to like sit still.
Yeah, 60 on it. Yep, low spur. We going all the way up. Yeah. I'm gonna turn this bitch all the way up. Hey, Brandon, yeah. I'm on the block with that heavy. Yeah, on the block with that heavy. Watch out for cops that pull up in them Chevys. They about to crack my main trap, her name Betty. They niggas don't want no smoke on my body. Gucci and Louis can't do no Zanati. Bad bitch on me look like she hang with Kylie. I used to fuck with a bitch, hang with Kylie. On the real, I think that bitch live in Cali. My boy shot the powder, the flower, that Kylie. Yeah. I could've been a stylist. I remember when the boys used to dollars. I got a girl that trap like she from Dallas. I got so much money, need an accountant. She said
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Silent Search podcast. We are coming off the wild card weekend. Was it? It was a January 11th. Yeah, this is weekend. Besides the Monday, obviously. Uh, Lorenzo's not here due to sickness, apparently. So we are missing a very valuable member of our team, and we hope that he gets better soon. We did get together this past weekend to watch the Ravens Steelers, or I should say the first half of the Ravens Steelers game. Once they were up 21-0, we basically stopped watching. We put it back on to watch the when Steelers scored, and then we just watched the Ravens immediately get back up to 28-7. So not really much to report on that. I think
Yeah, I ain't want to listen to me, bro.
okay, I
Yeah,
never
yeah,
said
I
that the
want to listen to me.
Steelers wouldn't lose, but I expected a lot more than then. But at the same time, Mike Tomlin has only won like three of his last 13 playoff games. So, I don't know. It's
Bro, it's not even
complicated for
about
me.
that, bro. You have a pretty much a full healthy Ravens lineup besides like Zay Flowers, bro. That's not fair, especially when the defense performs. Like, come on, bro. Like, there's
What I
no other
saw the
explanation
most,
for it.
what I saw the most with the Steelers defense was that they couldn't stop the run defense. And I'm not talking about like just Derrick Henry, like they couldn't stop Lamar Jackson either. Because they were running like a lot of option plays where they would just let Lamar keep it and run and they couldn't stop that. So I think it was defensive problems because the Steelers offense didn't do horrible. Um, they just couldn't keep up with the Ravens offense, and the Ravens defense obviously like stopped the Steelers a bunch of times. So yeah, just unfortunate. Um, Chargers and Texans surprised us a lot. The Texans having like a reverse playoff Lamar Jackson, like looking a lot better in the playoffs than they have the whole regular season, or at least the defense did, because the offense was like whatever standard, but the defense managed to intercept Justin Herbert four times, which is more than Justin Herbert had in the whole entire season. In the whole regular season, Justin Herbert only had three interceptions. And in just one playoff game, he got four. Like he utterly just whiffed it in this playoff game, which was surprising to I think both of us. We both said that the Chargers would win, right? And
Yeah,
there was a lot of shit talking with who was it that said that the Chargers had a free uh buy round? I
I
don't
don't
remember
even
who
know.
who tweeted that shit, but someone tweeted someone with influence in the games tweeted the Chargers have a bye week, and yeah, they did not have a bye week at all. It's tragic.
Bro, it's just
Um,
like that. This is probably the first year in a while where I've seen every team actually have a chance at winning the chip, bro. Like, honestly, every team has like all across the board. Maybe they didn't perform as good as the others, but even then, they're still the best teams in the league. Like I'll probably say like only team that didn't have too much of a chance, probably Bucks, only because of injuries. If Bucks
Yeah,
were like fully healthy, bro, they would have been in a way better spot from the beginning. So it's like you can't really say any team in the playoffs was trash, or at
yeah.
least that got eliminated. So that's why I be telling people like, even though I may have my predictions, it can literally go either way, bro. The 14s that I said weeks ago, well, actually months ago, are all in the playoffs right now, and they can all get knocked out at any moment. To be honest,
I think we counted going into the playoffs, we counted out the Texans, which they surprised us. They basically said like hold the phone. Like they completely surprised us after we had basically most people who watch football like kind of counted them out because like their division was horrible. But I mean after this surprise, I think they have somewhat of a shot. But they do have to go against the Chiefs next, which is not exactly the best situation one could ask to be in. Um, and then I mean the Bucks, they didn't win, but they held the Commanders to a 3-point game, which I mean with all their injuries is still impressive because the Jaden Daniels Commanders is one of the most impressive like comeback teams we've seen in a while. But yeah, I mean speaking of Commanders and Buccaneers, we had a game-winning field goal, which I think was the only close game this wildcard weekend, which is kind of funny. But I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. Bills absolutely blew out the Broncos, which I was not expecting. But like, fuck Sean Payton, so like whatever.
bro, that Bills will always be that team, bro. I'm gonna just say it now. There's people see them as like they may not have a huge depth chart in terms of like names, just because they don't have like as many popular people, but that does not prove anything, bro. Every single time we've seen Bills freaking dominate somebody or go crazy, and yet Kincaid is probably hurt, Coleman's probably hurt, and then even before Cooper, and then you still have James Cook, bro. They have a great lineup, and then the freaking coaching on top of it. Like that's literally almost unstoppable. Imagine you had literally pretty much same scenario with the Lions a few
Yeah.
years ago. They would have always been that team, but just because they lose to one team every single year, that's why people say they're trash. That's not like, come on, bro.
I know
You
you're
can't say
having a
they're trash,
dilemma
bro.
right now. You're having a dilemma right now because the Bills gotta play the Ravens.
I mean, either way, I only reason why though is because like I support Josh Allen because bro, like he honestly could have had rings right now if it wasn't for
The
all those times in the
Chiefs.
playoffs against the Chiefs, bro. Like
Yeah.
honestly, he could have had some rings right now. But
The
then
Chiefs
again,
dynasty.
you got Ravens, my dog Lamar from down south, from Florida. It's like it goes hand in hand, bro. And then especially with James Cook, that's on the Bills. He from Florida too. That one Miami Central. So it's like it's not even just because of like, oh, it's Josh Allen and it's Lamar. Like, nah, I rival both. I've literally been rivaling both of them since they got in the league. So it's like I kind of got to root for both at the same time.
If they don't give us a good game, like I swear to God, because these TV ratings for this game is gonna be insane. Like I assume this is gonna be one of the like most watched games in this playoffs run. Like if this game isn't like close as hell, I'm actually gonna be so mad. If it's like another like 31-0 game, I'll be so mad. They
Nah,
can't not
I
give us
doubt
a
it.
good
I
game.
doubt it. I doubt it, bro.
I better see a 3-0 game. Like they get stopped every time at the goal line, go for fourth down, miss. I need to see a really
Hon-
close
I,
game here.
I feel like the best comparison is probably Bills versus Chiefs in regular season, where how close it was.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how it's gonna be with Bills and Ravens, bro.
The difference
There's
is
no
that their
way.
defenses are good. Well, the Bills defense is like meh, but like the Ravens defense is good.
Nah, Bills defense was struggling. Well, they were okay at first, got good, and then they started struggling, but now they picked it back up. Ravens was completely opposite. They were horrible almost all season, and then now they're
Yeah.
starting to pick up defense. So it's like it's literally good defense and offense on both sides, bro. Like it has to be a good game. If it's not, then it has to be some other stuff going on in the locker room. But I don't
Yeah. Then there was the Packers and Eagles game, which I think was somewhat of a surprise that the Packers weren't more competitive. I think people were expecting more of the Packers this season, but the Eagles do look strong. I think it was an accomplishment in of itself that they held Saquon Barkley to like what, 100 yards? I think that's like something to be proud of in and of itself because Saquon Barkley has been having an insane year. So I mean, you gotta take what you can get. But yeah, I think I think this was a disappointment on the Packers side of things. Jordan Love had like 3 interceptions, so like I don't know, like it was I think a bad ending to what looked like a pretty positive season, I think. And then besides that, it was just the Vikings game that was like depressing, I think, a depressing end to such like a comeback season. Sam Darnold was probably losing a lot of money from his contract after that because like holy shit. Like 27 to 9 is not something that you really want to see in the first, like going into the playoffs as a 14 and 3 team, losing 27 to 9 in the wild card game is not something you want to see. So it's a very sad end to a very positive season, I think.
know. I
What do
mean,
you think?
from watching the game, it wasn't even too much of a Darnold problem. It was just like the heck. It was more of like a I'll wouldn't say skill issue, like a skill position problem. It was just like they literally could not get open and do anything, bro. Because Darnold,
Yeah,
he still put up a good amount of yards, and then his completion rate wasn't the best, but it wasn't horrible compared to like how bad they were getting shut out on defense. So it's like you can't even
yeah,
really say it was a Darnold problem, but everybody's gonna fall back on Darnold just because of those plays that didn't go in the right way. So it's like you can't even count Darnold out, but I would say Vikings got a lot more work to do. It's pretty much a whole new team as far as defense. So I feel like that's probably what it was because like now they're actually going against a team that's pretty much healthy all around. Like they're
yeah.
ready. So it's like I don't even know.
And I mean the Rams, like I think on the other hand, the Rams, it's a very positive start to the playoffs because they struggled a lot in the season and then out of nowhere they came back and just like started playing extremely
Playing
well. Like
extremely well. Like
a whole
I'm recording them. That was pointless, bro. Like, all right. Anyways,
it was like a whole different team from the start of the season, if that makes sense. They just look a lot better. And I mean, I think they'll lose against the Eagles at the end of the day, but it's still an achievement I think to get this far because no, I don't think anybody expected them to get into the playoffs at the start of the season, and I don't think anybody expected them to beat the Vikings above all that. So, I guess that's good. And then the other matchup that we'll have that we haven't talked about yet is the Lions and the Commanders, which I mean, I think if the Commanders win against the Lions, I think that'll be the biggest fluke of the season. Me personally, I don't think the Commanders are the team that are gonna knock the Lions out. If anything, it'll be the Eagles. But I think the Lions, like, they could fill with the amounts of injured players they have on their defense, they could fill like a whole nother team. Like, it's insane how well they've been doing with the amounts of injuries they have. So I'm excited to see them in the playoffs. I hope that, they don't like lose immediately like the Vikings did. I hope they show up stronger than that. But we'll see. We have what, a week until then? Oh wait, not even. It's this weekend. We have 4 and 5 days until that. So it'll be exciting. Let's make our predictions. So Texans Chiefs. Just which team do you think will win? Give me a score. Give me a score.
27-30 Chiefs.
27-30. Okay. I'm gonna say 9-6. And let me give you my scenario here. The offenses play so bad, but the defenses play so well. So the Mahomes offense manages to get a pick. Wait, no, no, no. Texans managed to get as far to get 2 field goals in the whole entire game. Mahomes' offense struggles a lot, and then CJ Stroud throws a really dumb interception that becomes a pick six. And then last minute of the game, Harrison Bucker says "fuck you" and kicks the game-winning field goal. That is my prediction. Game-winning field goal from Harrison Bucker and a pick six
That's the worst
from the
prediction I've
Chiefs.
ever heard.
Watch, watch. I don't think these offenses look good at all during the regular season, and I still doubt the Texans' offense. I think the Chiefs right now, honestly, I like they'll probably prove me wrong because the Chiefs always like turn it on when it comes to the playoffs. But like I wanted to see more from them in the in the in the regular season other than like what basically was dark magic the whole season.
Bro, 9-6 is not even realistic, bro. This isn't Ravens versus Steelers a few weeks back, bro. This is like, come on now. This is playoffs. We're seeing the Chiefs' real playbook come into hand, bro. Come on now, bro. It's not gonna be 9-6, bro.
It'll be
It's
funny
gonna
if it
be
is though.
above 20, bro. If it's 9-6, they shouldn't be in playoffs. Both of them should be eliminated immediately, bro.
Okay, Commanders Lions I think it'll be like 35 to like 10, honestly. 35 to like below 20. Like I think
Maybe
they'll
not
hold the
below
Commanders to below
20.
20 and we'll score like 30.
Nah. Only reason why is because a few weeks back when Lions played the Bears, it was a very close game. And that's the Bears. Bears don't even have too much as far as
Yeah.
depth, but Commanders have a little bit more,
That was the
especially
timeout
on
fiasco,
on
right?
defense. So it's like, yeah, so especially on defense. So it's like you kind of can't really say Commanders can't put up at least 20. It's just that if they take advantage of how much injuries the Lions have, then it's going to be GG's from there. Because offense, we
Yeah.
don't have to worry about offense for Lions, but defense, that's going to be a problem because they don't get hurt easily, but they can literally get hurt at any moment in the game, especially when you have already off basically a full roster of defense off, like a full starting lineup of defense. You have above 11 injuries on defense. That
Yeah.
sucks. So I feel like for that one, that's probably going to be the closest game out of both games on Saturday. So I don't know.
And then Rams versus Eagles. I think the Eagles will win like around the 20s range, but like 25 to 24 type of game. Like it'll be really close and maybe decided in overtime. That's my prediction for it.
Nah, I think with the Rams, when it comes to this, I feel like you got to count the Rams out. Only because Rams are literally like a 50-50 team, bro. They can have
Yeah.
literally the best game of the season or a postseason and then have the worst game because they literally beat the Bills and after that struggled against who was it? I think it was the Bucks or the Panthers. They struggled
Seahawks as well,
horribly.
I think.
No, it wasn't Seahawks.
Oh.
It was somebody else in AFC. But even then, it's like,
Oh,
bro,
okay, okay.
come on now. There's literally no way in the world that Rams can easily beat Vikings and Eagles back to back, bro. They
I
don't have
think
enough firepower for that.
Rams are the type to not to fluke in the NFC Championship, not the divisional. That's the only reason I'm not counting them out yet. And I think just in general, like on paper, both of these teams are very solid, both offensively and defensively. Especially the Eagles improved like 1,000 times from the defense that they had last year. Like last year, the defense was a mess, and this year, like they've improved and they're marginally better than they were last year. And then the Ravens Bills, I think. I think up like in the upper 20s. I think like 29 to 28, like a two-pointer at the end or something like that is ambitious because those are also very solid teams on paper. Like I think defensively they're good. Because I would only say like in the 30s if their defense is bad. Like with the Lions Commanders type of thing. Like when the offense is just better than the defense. And I think with the Ravens and Bills, both teams are solid and will be able to at least give the offense like a tough time until they get tired. So I'm gonna say 29 to 28. Last minute, the Ravens, no, the Bills score a last minute touchdown and go for the 2 points and win. That's my prediction. What do you think?
I got a repeat of Ravens and Bengals, 35-34. Ravens win.
Damn. Okay, that's good. That's good. And then that would be, so you would have Ravens versus Chiefs, and I would have Bills versus Chiefs, and then we're saying it's probably gonna be Lions Eagles.
Only reason why is because if Chiefs do win, bro, Chiefs aren't gonna lose the next game after that. So it's
Yeah,
like you can already tell that it has to be a repeat, bro. It's because like, bro, Bills, they are a good team, but it's always that
they'll lose
one
to
play
Chiefs.
that'll mess them up every single time, bro. Like that
It's been
happens
what,
every single year,
the last four
bro.
years they've lost to Chiefs
It's been
in the
longer than that,
playoffs?
bro. It's like it's been I think 5-6 years, bro. Like is come on, bro. That
Yeah,
we don't even like we don't even got to worry about the Bills beating the Chiefs. To be honest, it's very
yeah.
possible, but like it always happens, bro. Even if Bills are the better team at the moment, I don't know how it works,
I'm
but I feel
excited.
like
Honestly,
Ravens
I'm excited.
might. Bro, it's just Raven. They have too much firepower, bro. Defense, they have everything, and then on offense, you can't stop them, bro. Like, it's honestly not fair. You have Mark Andrews and Isaiah like the three tight ends. You have Zay Flowers, Bateman, and Aguilar, and then you even have Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. Your offensive line
Yeah.
is already doing good. Come on now. Like compared to a team that's pretty much rebuild on defense in the last year, come on now, bro.
Honestly, I'd pick the I would pick the Bills just because they have home advantage. I think at the end of the day, that's gonna be the edge. Because Bills fans are a good fan base. So I think that'll be the edge at the end of the day. That might give them the edge. Because on paper, like these two teams are like a good matchup. Where are the games gonna be? It's gonna be Texans Chiefs are gonna be on ABC at ESPN. Lions Commanders gonna be Fox. Rams Eagles gonna be NBC, and then Ravens Bills
TBS, the last
CBS.
one.
Uh, that's so many channels. Dude, this is like actually like turning out to be like a really good playoffs. I thought that it would be like a lot of blowouts, and honestly, there was only one close game in the wild card, but like these were all good teams, you know what I mean? Like the two upsets that were the Texans Chargers and the Vikings Rams. I think even then people were like, "Whoa, like these are still good teams." Like no one's expecting a fluke or anything. I feel bad for the Commanders because they have to go against the Lions, which are basically like the boogeyman of the of the um of the NFL right now. But yeah, that's been our NFL coverage. Very small episode. We'll be back probably post the NFL games this weekend to cover what happened and to cover the championship. Will we do a pro? You want to do a Pro Bowl episode? Probably, right?
I mean, we could. I don't have a problem with that.
Okay. So we'll be back with more content soon. I've been Emil. Hopefully Lorenzo's back with us next time. And this is Maj. Bye bye.